them. They're making their money. I'm not mad at that. But I don't know. I feel like they're playing with our sport.
Welcome to the Ring with the Parley with your hosts, Kendall Gill and Tilo, where they duke it out over the current events of the sweet science. Moderated by Mindy Bryant, with correspondent Alex Correa of the Squared Circle Report. Sponsored by 6040.
All right, guys, we have Kristyna Ramirez here, boxing correspondent from California. Kristyna, we welcome you to the show. Thank you for being here. Honor.
Thank you guys for having me.
I mentioned you off the air that I saw you talking to Canelo and Jim Lampley, and I was like, we're gonna have to talk to this girl. We need to find out what's going on out there in the West Coast. But welcome to the show. We appreciate you being here. Ryan Garcia, I'm just gonna say his name. It's the number one boxing story right now. We know what happened. He demolished Devin Haney in the ring, and then of course later on we see the PED stories, and you know he was supposedly positive, and then he's clear, but we still have to wait for a May 22nd sample. Give us your take on what's going on with Ryan Garcia, Kristyna.
Okay, so from the start, I thought his fight with Devin Haney was one of the most exciting fights that I've ever been to live. From the beginning to the end, everybody was just up from their seats, jumping up and down because nobody could believe what we were seeing. So yeah, that was just like a big momentum, his biggest career win. But then, like you mentioned, he tested positive. It was for ostarine and then for another steroid. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think he was cleared for that one. But we're still waiting for the May 22nd one, which is for the ostarine. So, I mean, for me, it was, if it's true, I don't know if it's true or not. We just have to wait and see until the results say. But if it's true, for me, it kind of just like ruins the win, I guess you can say. But it doesn't change the fact that he was able to land that much on Haney. Who knows if the substance actually gave him power to actually hurt him that bad. But the fact is, Haney got hurt bad. He got hurt bad. We don't know how he's going to come back from that. But I mean, wishing Ryan the best. Hopefully he ends up getting cleared.
Yeah, Kristyna, you know, that being said, you know, the steroid use and everything, the alleged steroid use, though, could have had a tremendous effect on the fight. I felt like when Ryan hit Devin with that left hook in the very first round that he never recovered from it. Yeah. And that is where steroids come into play. And then if you get several of those concussive shots over and over and over again, it definitely affects you. You know, to me, and I said this to Tilo while we were watching the fight, I said, he looks much bigger than Devin. He looks much stronger than Devin. And with him coming in to the fight 3 pounds overweight, he not only had a weight advantage, he didn't have to drain himself, but now we have the alleged steroid use. And, you know, I've talked to some people about, you know, ostarine, or I think that's what it's called. They said that does not get in your system accidentally. Exactly. So I am curious to the May 22nd date, what is going to happen. If it does come back positive, the B sample, May 22nd, where does Ryan go from here?
So after that date, if it does come back positive, I believe he has to, if he wants to fight it, he has to prove his innocence to see where he got that ostarine from. And if he can't prove it, it will most likely go to a no contest. Devin Haney, I believe he's still the champion either way, which I don't know why. I believe usually when stuff like this happens, if the other opponent doesn't make weight, I mean, if you lose the fight, you're not champion no more. So I don't know why the WBC ruled that he was still champion after that loss. But yeah, that fight will automatically go to a no contest and he'll still be champion.
You know, Kristyna, it's going to be a story talked about forever. And we also saw him calling out Errol Spence, which I don't think Errol's going to take that fight. I don't think he should either after what we saw him go through. Even though he may be bigger than Ryan, I don't think it's a good look for Errol. But we'll talk about that later. I see you.
Yeah.
Kendall's giving me faces right now.
because I disagree with you.
It'd be a really great fight though, because with the whole situation of his coach as well, Ryan's obviously trained by Derek James. Derek James used to train Errol, so I feel like that story that will hype up the fight even more.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Ryan Garcia is going to be in the news every day, and he is he is just on social media every day. I listen to his Twitter. I don't know the X,
The
space. I literally was there for 40 minutes in my car driving here. Like, I just listened to that whole thing because he's just entertaining us every single day with content. So, another story in the books, obviously, here this weekend we have Lomachenko and Kambosos. This is a story of redemption, as they call it, for both of them. Both have that one loss that they wanted to redeem this weekend. How do you feel about this fight? Do you think Lomachenko gets back on top, or does Kambosos have something on?
I think so. I think he should. I like both fighters. I always thought Lomachenko, I feel like his footwork, his movement's always going to be a little bit better than, well, not a little bit. I feel like he is superior than Kambosos. I don't think he stops him. I think it will go the distance, but it should be a good fight.
Yeah, and I think that Loma actually, I didn't think he lost the fight to Devin.
Yeah,
I didn't think that he lost that fight. So he has really a lot of incentive to, one, beat Kambosos and also try to get the rematch with Devin Haney. He's got so many fights out there for him that there's a possibility to make. I mean, I love the division right around 135, 140 because all of those guys can fight each other. You got Shakur out there who called out Lomachenko. You still got Devin. You still, in my opinion, once Ryan gets through this, I'd like to see him fight Lomachenko at 140. I think that Lomachenko wins this fight going away. I like Kambosos as a fighter. I just don't think that he's on the top level of the champions that hold all the belts at 135, 140.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I think he lost all the fights to Devin Haney, obviously. But yeah, like you said, I don't think he's at that level. He's a great fighter, but like you mentioned, Loma is superior.
Kristyna, the question people always ask is this Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight going to be a real fight? And they sanctioned it now, and now not going to wear headgear. I have been on that train that this is going to be a scripted event. Do you agree with me?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I think so too, but I don't really like to pay attention to those type of fights. I don't know. Good for them. They're making their money. I'm not mad at that. But I don't know. I feel like they're playing with our sport. Like, why is Mike Tyson getting in the ring? He should be sitting down.
I've said this.
I love Mike Tyson, but he's already up in age. It would be really sad to see him get knocked out by someone like Jake Paul, who's doing his thing obviously in the ring, but I don't know. It just rubs me off weird.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic for sure. I hope. I mean, I don't even know what to hope for. I just know at the end of the fight, I'm gonna have a sour taste in my mouth, and we're gonna be talking smack about.
Yeah. Bottom line is we're in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
And this is an entertainment.
I wish them both the best, though. I hope no one gets really hurt.
Yeah, but I really don't think Jake Paul can hurt Mike because Mike is a true heavyweight. The people that Jake Paul has been fighting have been significantly smaller than him, and he's a weight bully. He plays the weight game. He'll go get a Nate Robinson or who else did he just recently fought the MMA guy?
Wow. I know who you're talking about. He fought him twice.
Fought him twice. Tyron Woodley.
Thank you, Tyron Woodley. Yeah.
Tyron Woodley. Also the other, he fought two more MMA guys.
Yeah.
All those guys fought in MMA at 175.
Yeah.
Maybe. Also Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury was, 175?
Yeah.
Jake Paul walks around at 210.
Oh, yeah, he big.
210. So they get smaller guys for him to fight, and his punches have a greater effect.
Yeah.
Okay, on those guys once he rehydrates after the weigh-in. Mike Tyson, it's if he knocks Mike Tyson out, there better be a drug test. Okay? Because I don't think that he has the power. Everybody says, "Oh, he has the one-punch power." Yeah, because he's knocking out small dudes, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good point.
And the thing is, his power is not going to have any effect on a true heavyweight. That's why they won't fight true heavyweights in their prime. That's why they won't fight guys in the cruiserweight division that are the same age as Jake, because they know it. And Kristyna, I agree with you. This is a facade. You know, it's smoke and mirrors. It's the wizard behind. You know, when you guys are a lot younger than me, but you know, when the Wizard of Oz was out, they had the wizard, the guy that was being the wizard behind the curtain. I think when this fight happens, and I may be in the minority, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
When Mike Tyson pulls the curtain back, you're gonna see the real wizard. Okay, it's gonna be some little guy that's been pulling all this magic and everything, you know. And look, we're not gonna knock Jake Paul, and his brother, because they have done a wonderful job of creating an entertainment value for what they do. They're YouTubers that transitioned into boxing. They made a ton of money, but I'm with you, Kristyna. I don't like them messing with the sport like this.
Yeah, like I feel like it's disrespecting it, but at the same time, they are bringing way more people to watch it. So I don't know. It's like a win-win situation. I mean, they balance it out, you know?
Absolutely. And speaking of heavyweights, the real fight, Tyson Fury and Usyk. I cannot wait to see this fight. We know Fury is obviously still undefeated, has been in some interesting battles his past 5 fights. And of course, Usyk is just moved up to the heavyweight division and has shown nothing but class, skill, and being able to hold his own. How do you feel this goes down between these two?
That's gonna be a great fight. I'm really excited for that one. I like both fighters. My heart says Usyk, but I don't know. I feel like Tyson Fury's gonna end up with the win. I don't want to see him get knocked. I don't want to see Usyk get knocked out. So I'm saying hopefully it goes to a decision. But man, Fury's power is crazy. And I know people say that you're better than your last fight, but I believe his last fight he didn't train because he was fighting Ngannou. So I thought he was thinking it was gonna be easy. But for this one, I feel like he's locked in. He's locked in.
Yeah, he has to be locked in. And Kristyna, the one thing that I worry about with this fight for Tyson Fury is Usyk's ability to box. He has his skill level is so high. He does this one thing, and nobody really talks about this, but he does this one thing, being a southpaw with his lead hand, where he's feinting all the time and making you adjust to him. And you know, he sometimes grabs your jab and comes over with his left hand. And as long as he can dictate the fight and not stay in front of Tyson Fury, I think he has a chance. But if you let a man 6'9", 275 pounds continue to jab you, and you stay in front of him and you take those shots, it's going to affect you. I mean, look at how it affected Deontay Wilder. I mean, Deontay tried to fight fire with fire, and it didn't work for him. But I think that Usyk brings a total different package to the ring. It's going to be an interesting fight. I don't even know who to pick in that fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because they're both really, each of them have their own abilities, which is like, you don't know what's going to happen.
The thing is, we've met Usyk about, what, 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago here in Chicago. He fought here in Chicago, and he wasn't that big. I mean, it's 6'3", maybe 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", but, you know, and he told us that he was going to move up to heavyweight and fight Wilder, fight Joshua, fight Tyson Fury. And I'm sitting there listening to him, Tilo, and I didn't believe him. I said, no way, man. No way can you handle these guys. But he made a believer out of me. Yeah, he's totally handled them.
Yeah. What was your initial thought, Tilo?
With Usyk, I didn't think he was going to be able to handle the weight. That's all. It was just the weight itself. But the way he just moved around Anthony Joshua and then held his own, like Joshua would punch, and Usyk was right there. So I was like, okay, hold on. We got a problem.
That's right.
There's a problem here. So I'm very impressed with Usyk, but I can't wait to see this fight. This is gonna be a great fight. I think.
It's gonna be great. I'm really excited to see it. It's next week, right?
That's a great question. Can we fact check that? Double check that for me real quick. Tyson Fury and Usyk. I think it's like I think it's like in June. Is it
Yeah,
June?
May 18th.
May 18th. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
because they moved. I'm thinking something else. Yeah, May 18th. May 18th.
May 18th, yeah.
Christina fact check.
Christina, yeah.
Look at that.
Christina knows her stuff.
Thank you, Christina. You know, we just saw, in my opinion, actually this week, which was weird. You know how this is in over in Japan. The pound for pound number one boxer in the world. Number one. Get knocked down for the first. That was the first time ever in his career, right? He hit the canvas.
You putting in away over Bud?
Yeah, heck yeah, putting it in away over Bud.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too. And
Really,
the only reason why is because I feel like he's been more active.
Okay.
He's been more active, and I think he deserves that number one spot for right now. But then we also have to wait to see how Bud looks in his upcoming fight. So
yeah.
I think Bud is the best fighter in the world, but his inactivity kind of like put him a little bit below in a way. On the pound for pound list, at least, in my opinion.
I'm 100% with you. And in a way, you know, they fought this week, and he hit the canvas for the first time. Neri hit him with a nice counter left hook. I was like, oh, this is not happening. Whoa. Right. And but in a way, being the pound for pound champion that he is, completely adjusted and just outboxed him. Masterclass after that round. And my question to you was, did you believe Inoue is number one in the world? And you just confirmed it for me.
This is actually the first time that I see the fight on real time. I usually always wake up and I end up falling asleep because it's so early in the morning over here. And then I wake up and the fight's already done. But this is the first time that I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna see this. He's fighting a Mexican, like, come on. And when he got knocked down, honestly, I was a little surprised. Well, obviously I was surprised, but kind of happy in a way, because I was like, oh my God, what if a Mexican ends up beating him, you know? I was rooting for my countryman, but like you said, he adjusted really well. He showed that he's a true champion and just dominated the entire fight.
Javante Davis, Frank Martin. Javante and Frank got into a little, I want to say scuffle, right? But they did their thing in the press conference last week, and it was crazy. The press conference was the same day as the Canelo fight.
Yeah,
that was. I don't think I've seen that.
I've seen that before.
Seen it before? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's just an interesting way of promoting. But regardless of that, you know, Javante coming back after a long layoff, after his personal situation and so forth. Frank Martin, again, a guy who's respected in the sport and in the division. What do you expect from that fight? And do you believe Frank has the ability to make it a competitive fight?
Oh, definitely. I feel like he definitely has the ability to do that. But man, Tank is I feel like he's on a different level than all of these guys. Tank is, for me, he's one of the, if not the best, 135. It's 135, correct?
Yeah, 135. Yeah, 135,
yep. Mm-hmm.
I believe I don't know, his knockout power is just insane. But we've seen it before. He can't really do well with boxers until he actually lands that shot. So I don't know, like, it's going to be really interesting to see how Frank Martin is able to like work his way into that.
Kristyna, now the one guy that we have not talked about as of yet, and I'm surprised by his inactivity, is Teofimo Lopez. Where is he? What is he doing? What is he going to be more active? Because in his last fight against Josh Taylor, I believe, he fought
Jermaine Ortiz.
Oh, Jermaine Ortiz? Okay, I thought it was against Josh Taylor that Teofimo Lopez fought last. But he looked great in his last fight. I think that really Teofimo Lopez is the only guy I see giving Javante Davis a real run for his money.
That would be a great fight. They're both very entertaining. The build-up for that fight will be insane because I know they'll both be talking so much to each other. Yeah, I feel like, man, he will actually stay in there and fight with him. I don't know. I can't decide on that one. I really like both fighters.
You know, Kristyna, boxing is not dead. people think boxing is dead, but they really need to tap into what's happening. And you, as a boxing aficionado, I'm sure you know this already. But you're on the West Coast, man, and East Coast, West Coast is known for boxing. I told you off the air that Chicago, besides our David Diaz's and give me some names, man. David Diaz,
Frezzo Kendo,
Kenny Smith,
Sims Jr.
It's just it's not a lot. You don't recognize a lot, but you have a lot of access out there on the West Coast. You're obviously Robert Garcia, right? Family with Robert Garcia, so you get to see a lot of the big fighters there. How's that environment when you go to the gym or when you're around them?
It's good. I feel like for me, it's not like something. I don't know. I feel like it's normal to me because I grew up with the sport. I don't know. I feel like it's normal to me. But yeah, I mean, when they're like, how is it like being Robert's niece? I'm like, he's my uncle. Like, I don't know. Like, I see him all the time. I don't know. It's just regular to me. But going to the events, it's more, now that I'm getting more into like the boxing industry, it's exciting. It's very exciting to be, funny story, actually. Let me rewind. Before I even mention anybody that I'm Robert's niece or anything, I don't mention it until they bring it up. So it's kind of cool that I'm actually able to work my way into the industry without using the name.
Yeah, that's
so I don't know. I feel like it's really, I don't know. I credit myself for that because like the knowledge that I know, But yeah, it's really cool just being around the media people, the boxers, and then just talking boxing with them. It's always been a dream for me. So it's a really fun environment.
Yeah, you do a really good job. I mean, I've followed you for quite some time, and your content is awesome. So, definitely great job. And you just go by as yourself, right? As a boxing correspondent, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because I just started a YouTube channel last year in, I want to say February. And yeah, I was like, I need to start getting some experience interviewing fighters. So that was like the easiest way to do it, is get a YouTube channel and just start going to events and start interviewing fighters.
That is awesome. Well, we commend you, man. You're doing a great job. We appreciate you for being here with us. Much success. We're going to have to collab at some point later on.
Yes.
A Chicago-Cali connection here. You're in Los Angeles?
It's like an hour from LA. It's Riverside.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, without a doubt, again, great content. And people like us are what keep boxing news rolling, right? It's that we're not mainstream, obviously, but people like you and what we do, we keep it, on the spotlight, and we appreciate you for what you do. So thank you for being with us, Kristyna.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. Like I mentioned off the air, this is a great opportunity for both of us to grow. And like I said, it makes me feel good that my content is reaching other pages. So again, thank you guys.
Not a problem. That's Kristyna Martinez over there from Riverside, California.
Actually, no. So I'm from Oxnard, born and raised in Oxnard, California, and then we moved out to Riverside. So I'm always repping 805, always repping Oxnard.
Okay, got you.
Oxnard, Fernando Vargas and the boys. Yeah,
exactly. That's actually one of my very first fights that I remember. I was like 4 years old, and I was running around the house with my cousins, and I remember my mom and my tias are like, sit down and watch this fight. And we're like, okay, fine. So we were sitting down, and it was really fun just seeing it. And I saw my grandpa on his corner. So I was like, oh my God, my grandpa's on TV. So that was like my very first like memory that I remember of boxing. So yeah, it's been a journey.
There's nothing like boxing, KG and Kristyna. Y'all know. Honor and pleasure once again. Thank you so much, Kristyna. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
What's up, guys? T-Lo here for the Parley. 15-year NBA veteran Kendall Gill there.
Sir.
Don't forget to subscribe to everything you see there in the description box. We want to hear from you guys. And, of course, hit that bell for the notifications. Like that, you know what's going on.
Hit it.
By the way, just want to make sure you know, Tyson Fury has never lost a fight to Deontay Wilder.
And this is untrue. He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
You have yet to watch that fight with me. He lost the last two, but not the first.